Hi, Norman Noit's here again. Today I'm going to be changing the oil and oil filter in a 2008 Nissan Pathfinder. This is the YD25 2.5 litre turbo diesel engine. So I may have done this before, but I don't think so. So I'm just going to talk through what I'm going to do first. Then I'm going to start the car up and get it up on the ramps. Because it's better to change kind of hot oil, not necessarily really hot, but it flows better when the oil is hot. So I'll just turn around and show you what I'm up to. So I'm going to take this off, the engine cover. Just gives us more access to that. So that's where you put your oil in. There's your dipstick for the oil, so I'll take that actually out, and then down in there, you may see it, or you may not, right down in there, that's your oil filter. So what I'll do is I will get the thing to take or certainly slacken the oil filter, and then I'll put my hand up from underneath. Obviously I'm going to have it on the ramps to drop the oil out. It just gives you more room, and I've got a drive here that has got an ever so slight angle, so it actually straightens the car up so it's kind of level. But I'm going to do 2 or 3 things today. I'm going to check the oil in the oil catch can. I've cleaned this out just because I was up the Flinders Ranges at the weekend, and obviously I had to put new tyres on the back because they were kind of worn. So I've still got the Bridgestones on the front. On the back I put those new toils on. The guys raved about the toils, so hopefully they're nice. I'm doing some stuff here because I'll let this cover fall down the back, so I'm going to take that out. So I'm doing 2 or 3 things at once, but I'll start it up, get it on the ramps, and I'll just talk you through what I'm up to. But let's say, first things first, we'll take this cover off, and then we'll get going. Okay, see you shortly. So I'm under the car, and what we've got here is our oil drain plug. Now this has been oversized because it was a bit worn, and I think it had been over tightened. So this is now on this Nissan Pathfinder, that is, it's a 19mm. So in effect, you take that drain plug out, you let the water, let the oil, and you might not see the colour of that oil, it's pretty black, but I've got a story to tell you about this car, which I'm going to do a completely separate video on that. So you then drip it out. I went for my lunch, I took off the filter. Now you've got to put your hand up the side there to get the filter actually off, slacken it from the top, and then take the filter off. So here's the filter here. There's the filter right there. So it sits upside down on the car. I think you saw it from the top. And what happens is there's like something goes right up inside it. So, and then you screw it on. So there's a piece plus a threaded piece, and you put it up there and then you thread it on. But I normally do it from, and then when you put it the filter on, before you actually put it on, you put a dribble of oil around here, just so that, because that's a rubber seal, just around here, around there. So you put a coating of oil. It's supposed to be new oil, but I never do that. I actually put just a dab of the old oil round. I mean, it's just there to seal. You probably should put on clean oil, but I'm not at the clean oil stage, I'm at the dirty oil. Because obviously you've got to put your filter on and your drain plug in and tighten it to the correct specification before you start putting oil in. Now this takes something like 6.7 litres of oil, so this is a reasonable amount. I mean, it's a 2.5 litre turbo diesel. But that's the oil filter, well, that's the old one, and this is the drain plug. So like I say, this has been dripping for probably an hour, so I just make sure to clean everything. There was drips of oil here. That probably definitely came from the oil filter being removed, because the filter sits upside down. So I always drain the oil, which then empties the majority of the oil filter. It won't empty at all, like I say, it sits in with something right up inside it. You know, probably I don't know what size it is, but it's probably 50mm, and then at the bottom it's got the thread, so that the thread goes on there. So here's my 19mm, but you're not going to overdo it. I never kind of overdo it. You just do tight plus a little bit. Now this is probably the wrong thing to be using, because this is like a breaker bar, and you shouldn't be using a breaker bar really to tighten things up, you know, because you can over tighten it. So I'm just going to put that in there just now like that, and then what I'll do is I'll come back, I'll get the rag, give it a good clean, and then once I've got my oil in, I'll come under here and I'll just check there's no leaks. But I'll take all this out in a minute because it's a bit of a mess. I'm going to go up the top, so that's where I'm at, and that's what I do. Let's say I just partly put it up the ramps. Now it's a bit awkward because the car's a bit high, but this is off. That's where I'm putting my oil in. The dipstick's out. Dipstick goes there. I'm just going to show you the new filter, which is down in there. And like I say, I just tighten it up. So on the top there I have put the mileage that I've changed it, and the date I've changed it. But off the side of the oil drum, which is on here, there's usually a tab, and I just write it out and put it in on the windscreen in the cab. So that's what I'm using, Enviro Plus, fully synthetic 5W30, and this is the Penrite stuff. I'm not sponsored by them, but they are fantastic. So off the last oil change, I've probably got 1.5 litres in there, and I've got a full 5 litres here. Yep, 5 litres. So like I say, I'm going away to put it in there. So filler, put it in, give it time to settle. Like I said, we're putting in cold oil now. Now when you run it out, it should be warm, hot, warm, hot, not overly hot. I wouldn't do it after I had a long run and then I'd come back. I would let it cool for a bit before I dropped it out. I just ran it for like 15 minutes. I was doing other stuff. Like say, I was going to do this when the oil was dripping out. I've got to change. I'm going to take that out, but I'm just going to do a completely separate video for that. This is all about oil changing. What can catch you out? Well, the oil filter can be a bit of a nuisance if it's over tightened, because it's a bit awkward to get to it. That's the thing. You know, you've got to put, you know, I put the spider right through here and just get it off. But once it's slackened, I just go in from underneath, put my hand up inside the engine, up the back of the engine, and just twist it off. So it's quite easy to get off. But I think the secret is don't put a tool on your filter to tighten it up, because you're going to struggle to get it off later. It should just be snug, hand snug on, and probably with the heat of the engine running, it's going to like probably go more tight, if you know what I mean. So you need a tool to take it off, but don't put a tool to put it on. You don't want it, you just want it snug, because you're going to be checking for leaks anyway, you know. I mean, my car sits on this drive all the time, and I just check for the oil, if there's any oil dripping. And I don't have any drips, so I mean, probably everybody's the same. So I'll switch this off. That's where we're putting it. There's probably no reason to take the plastic engine cover off. I just take mine off because I've painted it. I don't want to get oil on it. That's probably the only reason. Aesthetics more than anything else, I would say. This is a new hose that I fitted because it was split, so I'm going to get some 303 protectant just when I'm putting oil in. I just pot it around, do other stuff, do all my other checks, gearbox oil, you know, just check all the levels and stuff, you know, your brakes and your power steering fluids and stuff, because it does take a while to go in. Like I say, it's not hot, it's cold oil, so it's just gravity feeding, so I'm not doing anything else. I've pulled a bit of the dashboard apart, so I'll go and do that, as well as having a quick look at that oil catch can, see how much oil's in that. Like I say, that I'm going to do a separate video on this. So I'll just quickly tell you what I was doing now. That's all of the oil in. Check your books to see how much oil actually goes in there. I have put the dipstick in, and I've dipsticked it a couple of times to get the level, but don't get too stressed because the oil filter is not full of oil, so that will take up some of the oil. What I normally do is I get it to where I think the 6.7 litres is. I run it for a couple of days, and when it's cold I then check my oil level to make sure it's absolutely perfect. But I mean, I'm always under the bonnet here, under the hood, so I'm just going to put in the cap, put on the engine cover, and tidy up the oil underneath and make sure my drag stuff's clean, get it off the ramps, and that is the oil change. Okay, thanks very much, thanks for watching. Like it if you like it, comment if you want to comment, and watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much. Bye for now.